Form 5 student, welcome back. So this video is talking about the chapter 1, arithmetic sequence and geometric sequence summary, okay? So in this chapter, you have learned 4 different sections, okay? So in the section 1.1, it's just an introduction, okay? So you have learned what is the general term, okay? What mean by sequence, okay? So just need to learn the concept or basic meaning of what is this, okay? General term we can also call it Tn, okay? Then 1.2 we learn the arithmetic sequence and its property, okay? So 1.3 we have learned the geometric sequence and its property. Then 1.4 actually is quite a DSC type, okay? So it's the application, okay? Some long question. So of course, you need to learn the basic knowledge of the AS and GS, those formula, then apply in 1.4 application question, okay? So now here, let's do a review, okay? What is the AS and GS formula? So first of all, AS formula. So AS, talking about the sequence is acting with a same number, okay? So we will have, for example, okay, 2, 4, 6, 8, and then keep going. They have the same difference, okay? So this is we call common difference. So we have the A stand for first term, okay, T1. So this is 2. Then we have the D. How can we find the D? Is next term minus the previous one, okay? So we find that the D is 2, then we can use the general term, okay? General term of the AS is A plus N minus 1 times D. So in here will be A plus N minus 1 times D. So don't just stop at here, please, okay, kids? As you know that this is not the simplest answer. In math, we need the simplest answer. Okay, so now what we need to do is simplify it. So what you need to do is expand the bracket, simplify it, okay? So when you expand the bracket, you will have 2n, okay? Most likely we'll put the n in the front. Then minus 2 plus 2, it will be cancelled. So your final general term will be Tn, okay? So this is AS. Then AS property, okay? AS property talking about if you got 3 term, okay? N minus 1, Tn, then Tn plus 1, okay, terms. Then the middle one will equal to the previous and the next one adding together divided by 2, okay? So this is how can we find it. For example, okay? For example, I told you that, okay, I got 2, then unknown, okay? Then 6, then 8. I want to find the unknown. How can we do it? We can let the unknown be x, okay? Then x will equal to 2 plus 6 divided by 2, okay? So it will be 4, okay? So this is how can we use the property to find out the unknown, okay? So this is the AS property. After we know the AS property, let's take a look of the GS property, okay? So first of all, GS. GS is talking about those terms they times the same ratio, okay? So for example, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, okay? So they will have the same ratio, all of them times 2, okay? So we also have the same unknown, A equal to 2, then D, in the previous AS, we're using the common difference, right? In here, we're using R because they are common ratio. How can we find the common ratio? Use the next term divided by the previous term, okay? So we know that the common ratio is 2. Then our general term Tn is A times R to the power n minus 1. So in this question will be A 2 times 2 to the power n minus 1. This is not your final answer. Be careful, okay? If there have something that you can simplify, make sure that you do the simplify. So now you can take a look of this. Actually, we are using AM times AN equal to AM plus N, okay? So what you need to do is plus together, so it will be 2 to the power N. So this will be your final answer, GS, okay? So general term. Then, of course, we have the GS property, right? So what is the GS property is, if we got 3 term again, okay, then their relationship, will be the middle term square, will equal to the previous one times the next one. Okay, so this is the general term property. Then same case, for example, okay, we will have the 2, 4, and then x unknown 16, 32. I want to find the middle one. How can you do it? It's x squared will equal to 4 times 16. Okay, then I will know that the x will be 8. Okay, that's it. So this is the formula of them. So now be careful. If you know the formula in the question, we're always just using the general term already can find all the answer. Okay, so do remember the general term of the AS and GS. So let's take a look of the types of the question. Okay, in here you can see that the question told you that this is an AS. So no matter what kind of the question, just using general term, Tn equal to A plus n minus 1 times D. Okay, then they will give you some hints. For example, they will tell you that T4 and T10, okay, are -6 and 36. So what can you do is T4, okay, will equal to -6. T10 will equal to 36. So you can see that actually you have two equations, 1 and 2. Okay, so do remember 1 minus 2, do the elimination substitution or directly using program 1 formula in your calculator. Okay, so how can we do it? In here we don't know the A, so just put the A in, but we know the n. Okay, n is 4. Okay, so what you need to do is do the substitution. Okay, then D we don't know it, also unknown. Okay, so you can see that now here you got two equations, two unknown. Okay, the two unknown is A and D. Then of course you can solve the A and D, right? So this is one of the types of the GS question that you need to use simultaneous equation to solve it. Okay, so is it only the AS will have that kind of question? No, GS will also have that kind of a question. Okay, so let's take a look of the GS also like that. So take a look of this. They also remind you that this is GS, right? So do remember our GS formula, Tn equal to A times R to the power n minus 1. Okay, so no matter what kind of a question, just using this formula. So we can see that, okay, the third term, T3, is equal to -1. Then 6, 1 equal to 1 over 27. Okay, then you don't know the A and R, right? So A and R will be your two unknown, but we know the n. So what you need to do is just do the substitution. Okay, put the n in. So you can see that here we also have two equations, equation 1 and equation 2. But this time, please don't do 1 minus 2. Okay, it's not suitable. Don't use program 1. It's not suitable. It really need you to do it by yourself, because program 1 only suitable for addition and subtraction simultaneous equation. Here we are doing times, right? So what you need to do is using equation 2 divided by equation 1. Then do the simplify, okay, like this one. A times R to the power 5, A times R to the power 2. Then you will have 1 over -27, then divided by -1. So you can see that you can cancel the R, you can reduce the R power and cancel the A. Okay, so you will have R to the power 3 equal to something, then solve the R. Okay, so you can see that actually in the AS and GS question, we most likely we will like you to use the simultaneous equation to solve it. Okay, so make sure that you know how to do it. So beside those basic question, in the 1.4 application question, they won't remind you that whether this is an AS or GS. What you need to do is you need to identify, okay, whether this is AS or GS, then using the formula. Okay, so take a look of this question. They told you that in a company, employee is standing in 10 in a row to take the group photo. There are 40 employees in the last row. The numbers of the employee in each presenting row is 2 fewer than. What does it mean? It means that if the first one I got 10, then next one I only got 8. Next one I only got 6, because 2 fewer than. So take a look of this, you will guess that yes, this is our AS. So what you need to do is using the AS formula, okay, do remember, we only need to use one of the formula. It's Tn equal to A plus n minus 1 times D. Okay, make sure that, remember it. So this is how can we identify, okay, whether this is AS or not. Then next question, take a look of here. The question also didn't mention whether this is AS or GS, okay? You need to identify first. So take a look of the question. Jennifer start a program to lose weight. Her weight is 70 kg at the end, okay? At the end of the first month of the program, it's find that her weight decreasing at a constant rate, okay? This is very important. And 5%. A lot of talking about the percentage rate, it must be GS because rate and ratio, they are friends, okay? So we know that actually this is the GS question. So what you need to do is your Tn formula, A times R to the power n minus 1, okay? Easy, right? And then they also give you hints, okay? At the beginning, first month, that means T1, okay? So I know that, okay, T1 is 70, okay? Then here, R percent, rate mean ratio. So actually this is your R, okay? But we are talking about decrease. So what you need to do is 1 minus 5%, decrease 5%, okay? Then with the power n minus 1. So you can see that it's not difficult, right? If you can identify whether this is GS or AS, you will know how to do it because you only need one formula, okay? So now let's go back what we have learned, okay? Do remember AS, general term, and its property. GS, general term, and its property. That's the whole chapter 1, okay, information. Okay, thank you. Bye.